Hi there, welcome back to Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto, and just going to talk about Bitcoin, that sort of thing. I'm also going to mention ZoidPay. What I wanted to do is to do like a really sort of bullish, positive video about ZoidPay, kind of dedicated to ZoidPay. But I had a word with the devs and people like that, and they said just hang on till the end of the week because they are waiting on the approval of the app from Google and Apple as well. I believe they've had a response from Apple, I think it is, which was positive. So, we're kind of waiting on that. So I will talk about that later in the video because I think I really think there's a really good opportunity there. But, that's just what I think. And none of this, by the way, is financial advice. Please do your own research about everything, because I might be just talking rubbish, and quite often I am. But if you appreciate that, please give the video a like. Thank you. Anyway, Bitcoin, right? Everyone's like panicking because it's going to be World War III and Japan's going to become like Argentina, this kind of thing. Yeah, it might, but I don't know. I'm not convinced it's going to be as bad as all that, actually. That was a hell of a dump, though, yesterday. I think it was one of the biggest sort of losses in history or something. It was like something like 1 billion worth of liquidations in the crypto market, which was phenomenal. So I hope you didn't get caught up in that too badly. I'm just looking at Bitcoin on the weekly time frame just to get an idea of what is actually going on, really. I mean, yet again, I'm going to refer to these EMAs. This is the cyan line here, the yellow one, and the green. These are EMAs, which is a 55, 21, and 9. I'm probably going to say that in every single video for the time being, just because I want to get it stuck in my mind. So it's, 55, 21, 9. Okay. And they are done with this indicator here, which is the CT MAC. That's actually caretaker's moving average crossover. Actually, it's not MAC as in MACD. If you want to see my settings and stuff, you can look at the video at the end of this video that's linked to it, and you can see how I'm doing it there. But generally what we're looking for here is if the yellow crosses over the green going down, then that usually signifies you're going to go down, 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 down. And when it crosses back over the green, the yellow crosses over the green, you're normally looking at going up, okay? I mean, it's not brilliant in the way that, back here you would have decided to go short or close your long positions in April 2022 when we were at 42.2 grand, and you would have decided to go long here around about June 2023. So if you'd have done like a massive great sort of short or something in that time, you could have taken advantage of something like a 16% drop. In a similar way, if you'd have gone long here, in fact it's there, isn't it? If you'd have gone long here to today, you would be about 123% up, okay? And obviously, if you're the sort of person like me who tends to use 10x leverage, that's 1,000% up, which is not bad in just over a year. But obviously, we don't tend to trade like that. We tend to sort of trade smaller periods of time, like a few days and stuff, and then compound your gains, and that's how it all works. But I would say for the moment, we are still overall looking at it on the weekly time frame in an uptrend. The slight worry is the fact that this cyan line here is getting very close to that yellow, okay? Now when that happened here, that was kind of the sign that it was going to go down much more, and the same here. Although what happened here was the price came down for a little bit and then went up even higher than what it was at before. So that might be a possibility of the kind of thing we're looking at. So you've got this kind of like, double top here. So could we get like another double top here with the price doing something like that? It's a possibility, isn't it? Which, would take it to like 76,000, that kind of thing, which is quite feasible to happen in the next month or so. but who knows? There are clearly fundamental things happening in the world at the moment that are affecting the price and the markets quite a lot. Okay, now let's talk about ZoidPay. Now, ZoidPay is something I've been into for 2-3 years. It kind of relies on this app getting out, and it was supposed to be out by last Tuesday, so it's a week late. Having said that, people who know the story, it's kind of like over a year late, but I think when it comes out, it's going to be something very, very good, very, very different. And I think a lot of people are going to be surprised. So then I think the price of ZoidPay token will go really, really high. Now, unfortunately, I bought ZoidPay, I looked quite a lot of it when it was around like 10 cents, 13 cents, that kind of thing. At the moment, it's 1.4 cents, so it's really down quite a lot. I do need to like 10x to get my investment back, but I'm pretty sure it will. Now, when all this crash happened yesterday morning, I was kind of half asleep, but I did manage to buy some around this level here, sort of like about just over 1 cent, really. So what I actually did, I actually swapped some wrapped ETH for ZoidPay. It's something I've been thinking about quite a bit. So what happened in the crash is Ethereum went down about 20%, but ZoidPay went down about 50%. So I thought, okay, that's a good time to swap. If you'd have bought some ZoidPay yesterday morning, I did mention it in my Telegram group, by the way, which is free to join. Just go to savewith.crypto.org/TG. If you'd have bought it around about then, by now you could sell it with a 35% profit. So that would have been quite good. I mean, I don't know. It just seems too easy to me. But I think when the app comes out, it's going to be great. I mean, this kind of chart here, this doesn't quite do it justice, because this is the KuCoin chart, and this one only goes back to, when is it? April 2023, when it was at like 15 cents. But in actual fact, the price has been more like $1 in the past. So imagine if you bought it like 1 cent on Monday morning, hung on to it for a little bit. It's quite a feasible 100x in my mind. Now, one thing you can do with ZoidPay is you can own one of these things, which is called a shopping pool. These aren't going to be called shopping pools forever, though. They're going to become banking validators. Okay, so the idea is that these shopping pools, which are kind of like nodes, if you like, we're going to do, as a network, we're going to do the validations and all that sort of thing for the transactions that happen on the network. And each time that happens, you get rewarded with a fee. So at the moment, even though there's not a lot happening, I've just got like people staking in my shopping pool, but there's no major transactions happening. Like there's no card transactions, for example. Even so, I'm getting kind of 15% APY, which means every week it's not a lot. It's something like about $10 worth of ZoidPay I get every week, and that's only staking 282,066 ZoidPay, which at the moment is worth less than $4,000. Now, if you want one of these in the future, it's going to require that you will stake 1 million ZoidPay. They were going to try and keep that secret, but the secret got out anyway. So you're going to need 1 million ZoidPay to have one of these shopping pools. I won't need 1 million because the OGs, we've got them at the price, and it was basically a sort of auction where you had to auction more than 100,000 ZoidPay to get it. So it means actually, what I paid out in ZoidPay, or rather what I staked in ZoidPay. So what I staked like nearly 2 years ago was around kind of like, $13,000, that sort of thing. So if you wanted to do that now, you could actually get 1 million ZoidPay for about $14,000. And do your own research, but I think that will be a sound investment. Now, these shopping pools, or banking validators as they're called, they get released as auctions. And I think there's only ever going to be 1,000 shopping pools altogether. At the moment, there's about 180 or something. And I think owning one of these is going to put you in a really good position. So all I'm saying is, like, not financial advice, but if you did intend to be a ZoidPay banking validator in the future, probably the time to get ZoidPay is right now, because it is cheaper than it's ever been. Well, actually, the cheapest it was yesterday morning. But at the moment it's really super cheap. So do have a think about that. I think it's a bargain. The other thing I have is this super farm here, where I've got LP tokens made out of ZoidPay and EGLD, but this is kind of worth about 1 million ZoidPay. This one here, and this kind of earns generally about sort of like $70 or $80 worth of ZoidPay every week. Now obviously if the price of ZoidPay goes, even does a 10x, that means I'm going to be getting about $1,000 a week just from having the LP farm. And you don't actually need to be a banking validator to do this. You can just come over here to stake.zoidpay.com/farm and set up your LPs there to earn whatever you like. I mean, I've got an NFT staked, which gives me an extra boost, but what I'm getting is I'm actually getting 26% because of the amount of ZoidPay equivalent I've got staked, and also, and it's not as high as it could be 36 if I agree to claim every 12 months, but I want to claim weekly. But if the price of ZoidPay is quite a lot, I'll probably just claim daily and then live off that. Now the other thing with ZoidPay is it will give you access to the premium tier on the super app. That's the premium tier cards, which will have cashback, all this kind of thing, multi-currency IBANs. It's just going to be, I think it's going to be my daily driver crypto card. And this all works from a non-custodial wallet, which is, I think, pretty much unique. Let me know in the comments if you know of another one. I don't. So there you go, that's my shill about ZoidPay for the moment. I do think it's going to be good. We've been a long time waiting for this. And I'm hoping this week, next week might be the week. As far as I know, the apps are both with the Google Play Store and the Apple iStore, and we're just waiting for approval. And then I believe what will happen is the boss, Edward, will do an AMA with him and the devs, and they will announce the release of the ZoidPay app then. And I'm so looking forward to that day. I'm hoping it will be this week. I suspect it might be next week, but I'm really hopeful it will be before the end of the month. If you want to buy some ZoidPay, the only central exchange you can use at the moment is KuCoin, which I personally don't really like very much, or you can use the XPortal. If you want to download that, I think you can still get some free EGLD if you use my link, which is savewith.crypto.org/XPortal. Okay? So if you like the sound of that, please give the video a like, make sure you are subscribed and you've got the notifications turned on, leave a nice comment or just say hi, or ask a question. But above all, tell your friends.